Well, a couple of weeks ago, Jordan Henderson, who'd never scored for England, grabbed the ball for a penalty, didn't score. Just now he thought he had scored, but he still hasn't, Darren Bent.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for him as well, because he got himself into the box, but he just didn't get out of the box quick enough in terms of there was a turnover in possession. I think Jude Bellingham toes it back off the defender and it goes back into Henderson Park, who's already 2 yards offside. And it's quite a tidy finish, but unfortunately for himself, it wasn't his first goal for England. But again, it's good to see Jordan in them kind of positions. Good to see him back on the pitch, getting minutes on. And again, like Maguire, he's looked relatively fresh.
Thanks, Darren. Going into added time very shortly. Back with you at full time.
Yeah, a minute in Scotland's game against Croatia. Chris Boyd, they haven't given up, have they, Scotland? Obviously, it looks like they're going to be beaten by the better side on the night, but they've not given up.
I've not continued to play away. Nathan Patterson and Kevin Nisbet have come on as well now, so it's good to see Nathan Patterson get run out in the tournament. He made his debut just before one of the friendlies beforehand, so he's replaced Stephen O'Donnell, and Kevin Nisbet's come on for Shea Adams, who I must say has worked ever so hard once again tonight. I think that him and the partnership that him and Lyndon Dykes have struck up has been good. Yes, there's areas that it can be worked upon, but look, the foundations are there for Scotland to build on something here. But ultimately, on the night, they've been beat by a better team, and once again, that little man, Luka Modric, is standing over a corner kick at this moment in time, Hayley. But once again, he has been outstanding all evening. Popped up everywhere. Everything goes through him. We speak about players that have retired since Croatia got to that World Cup final and lost it, but there's no signs of this little man. He's just fantastic. I mean, everything is simple. I mean, apart from his finish, he made it look so simple, but trust me, it ain't easy to bend that ball away with the outside your right foot into the faraway corner. He is just a fantastic player. And Croatia, they've huffed and puffed their way through this group. As it stands right now, I think it looks as if they're going to finish second as well. They'll fancy themselves. They're not as they were written off, but as I said, they've managed to get themselves into that round of 16, and there'll not be many teams want to face them, that's for sure.
Yeah, true. We're nearly a minute into 4 added on. We'll be back with you at the full-time whistle. Thanks, Chris.
And how long to go at Wembley as England lead the Czech Republic, Darren Bent?
Yeah, there's about 2 minutes left. England now just trying to keep possession, keeping it moving, but it's been a positive performance. I mean, if you had to obviously kind of pick bones in maybe anything, it would probably be Harry Kane. Second half hasn't really done too much, hasn't really had too many chances. We know he looked sharp first half, had that opportunity, which was a great save, but other than that, going forward again for England second half, haven't really been too much.
So England on course to play the runners-up in that group that includes France, Germany, Portugal. At the moment, second place is Germany.
Yeah, I mean, and Germany seems to be catching fire, obviously, at probably the wrong time for England in terms of they started off slow. I think it was against France, but certainly against Portugal, they were sensational going forward defensively. So that will be England's real first proper test. But at least England have gone into that game now on the back of that first half performance, surely tonight, with a bit more confidence, a little bit of more energy, no kind of the way that they're playing, that they look a bit more exciting, and they're going to need every ounce of that against the German sides, as you said, that look in red hot form. It
may not be Germany, but fate says it's always Germany. If you were Jogi Löw, the Germany coach, who would you be concerned about as from an England threat point of view?
I mean, there's so many. I mean, you'd have to say, and Gareth Southgate, it's difficult for him to get them all in, but of course, people like Raheem Sterling, who's in great form, 2 goals in the 3 internationals that he's played in. Of course, if Jack Grealish comes into the side, Bukayo Saka, and there's always that kind of, we know Harry Kane's not caught fire yet, but you know, as a striker, as longer it goes on, he's always closer to getting that elusive goal. And who knows what better game than against the Germans for Harry Kane to catch fire. So there'll be a few, and they'll be looking at thinking there's 1 or 2 of them England players that can cause them problems.
And other pluses from a Gareth Southgate point of view, he brought in Grealish, who was very effective first half. He's given minutes to Henderson, minutes to Maguire.
Yeah, they're the big positives. Harry Maguire's back, Jordan Henderson, they're both back on the pitch. The world's been clamouring for Jack Grealish. He's been put in there as well. So you'd have to say a lot more positives. You'd have to say than negatives, and it's been a really calm, mature performance, I think, from England. As I said, not been spectacular. For the first 15 minutes, you have to say, yeah, they were brilliant. But other than that, got the job done. and they have to go again next Tuesday.
And beating, let's not forget, the side who were top of the group, who looked really impressive so far.
They have been, yeah, and as I said, another positive was keeping Patrick Schick quiet, because he's been one of the players of the tournament for me so far. Top goal scorer in the competition as well, and they've kept him really, really quiet, and that's full time.
And that is full time. Darren, thank you very much indeed. Mutual congratulations between the two coaches, and England top the group.
England do indeed top the group, but Scotland, unfortunately, are going to finish bottom of the group. Let's cross to Chris Boyd. And Chris, we can see deflated faces around Hampden Park. What a disappointment.
Yeah, it's Jimmy, but I mean, I think it's when you get to a major competition, everything gets hyped up, and you felt as if going into it, because you had 2 home games at Hampden. That's the full time whistle went. Luka Modric just fell to his knees there. I must say, Jamie, it was an exhibition sitting watching him tonight. Once again, you can understand why he's won the Champions League 4 times, a Ballon d'Or winner, especially in a period of time that has been dominated by Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. For him to win that Ballon d'Or, it shows you the quality he's got, and he has ruled this pitch tonight. Topped it off with a fantastic finish with outside his right foot. But going back to Scotland, I think that the big thing, Jamie, was getting there. It had been 23 years. It was a long, long wait, but to get there was just a relief, I think, for the whole country. We have, I think these players deserve all the credit they're going to get for getting there. We all know, a Scotland team has never come out of the group stage at any major competition, so that was always going to be very, very difficult. But getting there was a fantastic achievement, and the players should be proud of themselves. They put on, they've rejuvenated, they've galvanised the country. And a difficult period for everybody worldwide. That they've brought everybody in this country back. I spoke about it beforehand. Driving, here tonight, you can see the flags, the saltires hanging out the windows, hanging out the back of cars and everything. Maybe for a lot of time, because of what had happened in international football, it had been a long, long time before we'd qualify for a major competition. So to be back here was fantastic, albeit it's not ended the way we wanted it to end. But I think sometimes you've just got to stand up and give credit to the opposition, a bit like what England had to do on Friday night to Scotland. Played really well, frustrated England then Scotland, but tonight beat by the better team, and that, as I said, I'll finish it on that little man Luka Modric again. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he was incredible. About to turn 36 years of age as well. It's extraordinary. And what goal from him. Chris, the point you make there about no Scotland team for the last 23 years have made it to an international tournament, and you played in some of those Scotland teams. Until you achieve something, you don't know that you can achieve it. So these players now know we can be at that World Cup in 18 months' time. We can be at the next European Championships.
Well, I think, Jamie, that was important today. And, I spoke about young Nathan Patterson coming onto the pitch as well. He now feels part of it. It's all well being away and training and that, but when you actually step on that field, Scotland have got a youngish team. They're between, in terms of international football, we speak about Croatia, an aging squad, but when you look at Scotland, they've got a lot of players there between that 25 to 30 mark, where you'd expect the majority of them, even the ones at 30, around about that age, to go and have another 2 qualifying campaigns, whether it's for the World Cup and then the European Championship. So the nucleus of this squad is here, but I like the energy, the youth that's coming through. Billy Gilmore epitomises that. Yes, he missed out tonight, but I'm sure he'll be back, and hopefully Scotland will be back at major tournaments soon.